Job, career challenges, personal problems, relationship issue. When AI can't solve your problems, try a human approach. Ayyo, contact Loy Machedo.
In this video, I'll share with you actual incident that is taking place. I obviously have to respect the privacy of the person, so I might change a few details here and there. But this is an actual true story, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you is so that you don't make the same mistakes that this gentleman is making. So, in case you see me hesitating or thinking for a second, it is because I just want to make sure that anyone who, even if they know the person, they cannot say it is that person. So, this is an Indian guy based in Dubai. I came to know about him from a common friend. Okay. And that common friend is, a customer, client of mine I've known for many years. And our relationship goes from the time I was in Dubai. So I always ask him about what's happening in Dubai, what are people doing, who's investing, who's not, who's made money, who's lost money. So he told me about this common friend. And a little bit of a background. The guy is a very dynamic guy in his 30s. He runs like a services-based company, consulting. He takes care of tourists who come down. Means he doesn't have like a tourism company, but offers them, like if he gets a very big package or a delegation from say South Korea or Thailand or US or UK, he takes package deals and then he negotiates with hotels and entertainment people and all that, and makes his commission that way. So very enterprising. Like for example, if in Africa you need let's say 1,000 laptops, 10,000 laptops. He'll ask the specifications and he'll decide how to go about. So until now, everything was going good. But his core business was he had a restaurant and it was located in, the Dubai after Sheikh Zayed Road, that area. It's a posh area. And because of his background in, studying about hospitality, hotel management, cooking, he's a guy with multiplicity of talents. Okay. So he opened up the restaurant, even though his father and mother, they are also business people. They told him, don't, you lose money. He made it work. Okay. So the restaurant, I'm not saying the restaurant is minting money, but the restaurant is really, you go any time of the day, it is always having people. It's not packed. It is having people. Okay. I'll not state how many branches or I'll not state where he has it, but otherwise it gets, you'll be able to figure it out. So what happened was, now here's the thing. Most of the people who are there in Dubai are expats. You don't get citizenship status or the rights and privileges of being a citizen. So you're always an expat. You're always an immigrant or migrant or whatever you want to call it. So for him, because his parents were there for 20, 30, 40, whatever years, he wanted something that was not on rent. He wanted something that he would own. He wanted his own property. He wanted his own building and all that. So because he proved himself, mother and father can't say anything. And he started to get into this negotiation for a hotel, not a very big one, hotel where his part of the contribution would be around, say, 10 million US dollars. Okay. Now, for lay people like you and me, 10 million US dollars is like, whoof, it's like life-changing money. But for him, it was money that he could manage. Means it would take him a couple of years to save, but eventually he would save it and, he would run his business. Okay. So when his friend came to know about it, his friend, kind of told him, see, listen, don't gamble so big. But because of his track record of always succeeding, he, who's there to tell you that they can fail? So he decided he would go ahead and invest the 10 million into the property. Fine. He would build it literally from scratch. Okay. When his common friend spoke to me about it, I was not very positive. You can maybe say that I'm negative, but I'm very cautious about such ventures because always keep in mind, it's easy to invest. It's easy to buy something. It's easy to create something or start a new business. It's very hard to make it work. It's even more harder to sustain it beyond the 5-year period. And the most impossible thing is to make it go beyond 10 years, to make it a self-sustaining business or one there where you put the money and you have got the return on investment. That is nearly impossible. Okay, not many businesses have done this. So eventually, what happened was I told that guy, "So listen, if you can convince him, he has not approached me directly. If you can convince him, tell him not to do it." He said, "Loy, I'll try my best." Okay, but as you know, every businessman who's successful, who has achieved success, they'll say, "I don't want to be negative minded. I want to be positive minded. You can achieve the impossible, positive kind of thing." So he went ahead. So the project started. Initially it was 10 million US dollars, slowly got to 10 million. And then that is where problems started to take place, because it was supposed to be handed over to him, completed, the building and everything else. But there were problems. And anybody who's in the line of construction, anybody who's line of building things would know that you can quote or you can have a budget of 1 million, it'll go to 2 million. Movies also, Hollywood, they'll say 5 million budget, it goes to 10, 15, 20 million. There are unpredictable moments that happen. Actors drop out, production units crash. The movie Troy, entire sets worth hundreds of millions of dollars get damaged because of the weather. So he didn't expect that the furniture fittings and everything else, what he had thought was good quality, was actually cracking, was actually breaking. And there he started to have issues. Okay. So, he asked them to replace it, but, suppliers, how they are. Once after they sell you something, they are not very kind, and they'll not say, "Okay, fine, we will replace everything and we'll give you, brand new." So he started having problems there. So he decided to change everything. So from 10 million went to 15 million, 15 million went to 20 million. And then, when you have to get the approval, from the, government authorities. Okay, this is proper, this is okay. There he started to go through more problems. And now it seems from 10 million went to 20 million. Now it's, as of now, where it stands, not yet complete, it's at 30 million. Okay. Now here comes the problem. There is no guarantee it'll stop at 30 million. And he also has a partner. Now the partner has run out of cash and he's saying he can't invest. Now all the money is locked in. Now there's nobody else who can, put in the money. He's searching for new investors. And there is a gut feeling. That guy said it might cross $40 million. It might go up to $50 million. Let that sink in. Where is 10 million? He kept a buffer for 15 million, maximum 20 million. He never thought it would go to the level at what it is. So as of now, it stands at 30 million. I spoke to the guy. He said, "Loy, most probably it might go up to 40. My gut feeling, I would say from the time that he has started to the time it'll actually open officially with the staff, with the trained staff, not just staff, it'll be around 50 million. Now, you might think that itself is a very big problem. I'll tell you, that is not the big problem. You know what is the big problem? Number one is the biggest challenge he'll face is, when you put in money, that's easy. But you have to get that same money back as profit. And then on top of that, you have to make more. To make it very simple, I put in $100. If I get $100 back, what I put in, I got back. If I put in 100 and I get 100 plus 10, I made, wow, my money back plus profit. That is what every businessman wants. I put 100, I got my 100 back, plus I got 10. But now, if you put in 100 and you are waiting for the 100 to come back and it comes at 10 and 20 and 30 and it is taking forever for that 100 to come back, that becomes a loss. So even if you get 100 after a long time, it is a bloody loss because you could have invested in something and made a quicker profit. What is better? Put 100 and get 100 back and make 10 within 1 week, or put 100 and get 110 back after maybe 2 years. It does make sense, right? So one is putting the money and getting the money back plus the profit. And remember, every year he has to hit a profit. Every year. He cannot have any time where it's a loss. That's the first biggest challenge. Second biggest challenge is, till now he ran a restaurant. That was good. Now all of a sudden he is running not a restaurant, he's running a hotel. Running a restaurant is a different kind of leadership and different kind of system. A restaurant. You manage staff. Customer walks in. You have staff over there cooking. Waiters and all that. You have staff who is cooking. You check the raw materials and you prepare, inspect, and you serve the guest. But now he'll not only have the the restaurant. He will also have guests who come in to stay in the hotel. He'll have a swimming pool he'll have to manage. He'll have to manage 1 bedroom, studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, or maybe the suite. He'll have to manage he'll have to manage transportation. He'll have to manage cleaners. Every day when you stay in a room, you have to clean the room. You have to clean the bed sheets. You have to keep shampoo. You have to maintain it. If the customer goes, you have to check. Okay, are they breakage? Is something missing? Is everything working? What if electricity is not working? What if there is what do you call that? Leakage. What if the toilet is not proper? There are so many logistical nightmares. He'll have to get a general manager. And for that, he'll need someone with 10 years experience or plus. That's another one. Getting the right staff, getting the right professional and the right leaders. And you might get the right person. Will he stay with you? That's another question. And here's another thing which he has not thought about. Do you know the number of hotels that end up in losses, that shut down, that change management, that change hands? It is so many. It is not even funny. I don't know why he didn't even consider the fact that there are hotels which are hemorrhaging, which are in loss, and he has created a hotel that is dependent on tourism. He has not created a hotel that lay people will buy the property or stay there. Maybe he might change it later, but then the dynamics changes again. Having a hotel for tourists is different from having someone who will stay there long term. You cannot charge the same prices. There's a different set of dynamics involved. And if in case, let's say, he targets particular nationalities, Indians or Russians or Germans, each one has their own demands and requirements. I know a guy who's a F&B manager of a 5-star hotel here. He tells me he has German tourists. He's saying they are such a headache to deal with. Such a headache. He's saying even if you give them a $100 free buffet included, they will still demand more and they'll complain of what is free. I have, Babu Indian Hot, which is here. He tells me that the people who come to eat here, he's saying, especially if you're dealing with Indians, it's such a nightmare. And there are people who have specific requirements. I want vegan, I want this, I don't want that, I don't want. And if there's an allergy. So if running a restaurant is so tough, running a hotel is much more. I stayed in one of the hotels here. It shut down within 1 year. The hotel is still there. It is like a ghost hotel. Nobody has been able to take it, run it, or not even sell it. So overall, what I look at it as, what a bloody disaster. Now, the first question which he needs to consider is, when will this project be officially handed over to him? That's the first problem he has. The second problem is, after he gets handed over, he has to get government approvals for everything. Electric, parking, okay, the space, everything. Hope there are no extra changes he has to make. Okay. Then he has to start planning. He has to have a full team ready to serve customers. Then he has to have a plan as to how to get people to come to stay in his hotel, because there are so many who are offering, killer prices. Stay 1 day free, 1 day this. He'll have to maintain. Then, number 5, he'll have to manage the maintenance of the place, which is an absolute nightmare if you have, rooms and swimming pool and all that. Okay. He'll have to ensure that all the staff are trained and they should stay there. Imagine if you train and then they leave. Then, after all this, now his partner says, I don't have the money. Will his partner say, give me all the money, I'm leaving? Will he get a new partner? And after putting all this amount of money, I don't know, does he have money to spend more for the day-to-day expenses? Because I'm sure he must have planned day-to-day expenses to run the place. But it is not a small amount. And he'll have to do this every day. And every day he'll have a headache. Every day there'll be complaints. Every day there'll be petty nonsense. Every day there'll be staff complaining, visa issues, getting customers, they didn't pay, default on payment, suppliers, even choosing raw materials. Was it worth it? When I think about it, I really ask myself, was it worth all this? Or wasn't it better that he just ran the the restaurant that he had and kept this 50 million or 30 million or whatever in the bank? He could have invested in some, although I don't recommend crypto, shipto, or some small amounts and, quick returns. Or he could have, there's so many other things he could have done. Now all his cash is locked in and his partner has no more money. He's locked in and he can't give up the project. He can't say, okay, I give up, put your hands up in the air and give me the money back. No. And last if not the least, the biggest disaster. This is not his country. He doesn't have any rights as a citizen. No rights. What if he falls sick? What if government changes their plans? What if there is a Israel, some Middle East conflict? And when will he get the ROI? He had planned 10 million. I'll get it back maybe in 10 years, 1 million per year. Now it has gone 20 million, 30 million. He'll have to get it back in 1 year. 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. You see what all headache he'll have to face. So I don't know what moral of the story you can get from this. Feel free, comment down below and let me know what do you think. But for me, what I feel is sometimes in our optimism, in our drive, in our belief in ourselves that yes, we can do it, we can do anything, we overestimate our ability. I think you call that Dunning-Kruger effect, right? We overestimate our ability, and because of the successes that he experienced, he thought he'll take bigger risks, and bigger risks. And now, what to say? Anyway, I wanted to share my thoughts with you. Let me know what are yours. And if any one of you know who I'm talking, please, I will delete your comment if you mention, is it this guy? But let me know what do you have to say. I would love to read. All right. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. I always like to keep things real. These are the stories that I think help people grow. And remember, right now he's in his 30s and he's under tremendous stress. And stress can kill. All right. You guys take care. And do feel free. Tell me what is the biggest challenge you think he'll face. Okay.